Greetings one and all, and welcome back to Zayfard Plays Galactic Civilizations 3. So, in our last episode we were continuing to expand our empire, but more importantly, starting to build up the construction ships. So we can start doing culture flipping over by the Thalian contingency and the Yor. Now we've done a few changes to our diplomacy so people hate us less for being on our borders, which is really useful. So, we're doing rather well. Now, let's see. Manufacturing. Yeah. As I've loaded up today's episode, making sure everything's ready, I've automatically chosen, and I do mean auto-chosen, a new research. It is going into the manufacturing center, which I think I will let it do actually. I think I actually like that one. Get even more production going. And unless, actually... No, let's start moving towards extreme colonization. I'd very much like to try and get, the aquatic world, and eventually the two aquatic worlds. So I'm gonna have to start queuing up a couple of colony vessels, and of course, eventually, this lovely radioactive Class 15 world. So, you know what? Let's not mess around there. Let's queue up 2 of these. And move them below the deep roots, which are the constructors for this race. Excellent. So, diplomacy-wise, generally people are okay with us. Generally. Let's see, the Yors beginning to like us more, the Turians really like us. Thalians are liking us more, and their Drengid are out there somewhere. We haven't met them yet, so I have no idea how they feel about us. We know they're over here. So, at least we are the other side of the galaxy from them, which should, give us a chance to survive. Oh, a galactic event. Archaeologists have uncovered an ancient novel, which when translated was revealed to be powerfully erotic to a broad panoply of species. When the novel was leaked to the general public, it quickly spread throughout the galaxy, and has now been published in every known language. In some cases with very colourful illustrations. The recent spike in birth rates is unprecedented in galactic history. Oh dear, has somebody released Ladies Chatterley's Lover and people have got rather amorous because of it? I can live with that. It would help my population grow, which is definitely a good thing. Some of my worlds are rather lacking in people, shall we say? Let's see, Sol 1. Yep, half full on that at the moment, and there's a lot more stuff to come, so... Going to be useful having extra people here. Let's see. Another deep route. Excellent. We'll push that one over here. We'll have a couple of good places to push our culture out from. Oh, where we've got 25% towards environmental engineering. Excellent. I'm liking this. Okay, environmental engineering. If we can begin enhancing the environment to suit our colonists' needs, we'll be able to make our colonies safer, more productive and happier places to live. Which would be lovely. However, I'd also like extreme colonization. 9 turns and I can colonize these 2 rather useful worlds. Aquatic and frozen, so a reduction in raw production, but I can make them really good science and money worlds, so... useful overall. Speaking of money, we have 56 billion galactic credits a turn coming in, which is really unusual for me. Or at least used to be. It's actually becoming more normal now that I have a good amount of finance. And I do like this actually, the fact I'm finally getting good money in the game. It's something I struggled with for quite a while, as you guys have seen with my early videos. But now, going well. In fact, speaking of money, how's our trade going? Excellent. 19 billion galactic credits coming in a turn for that. Do you want money and you'll give me manufacturing speciality? Yeah, sure. I'll gladly give you money for something. I don't mind buying tech. What I won't do is sell tech. Okay. Let's get this starbase started. And of course we want the culture ring. Very nice. Now the next one obviously will be a cultural forum. So I really want to start pushing. Oh, hello. Of course, I've got the upgrades. Let me get 2 of them. Fantastic. So actually, I only really needed 1. Oh well, I'll just have to push in other directions then. That's fine. I can live with that. Possibly put them... Yes, I can actually get some good bonuses through that. No, brilliant. This is going to work nicely. See how long it takes for this to start pushing our culture. Oh, I could take this world, Cheesemonger 2. That would be a really good world to take, actually. Yes. It's going to be harder to get the your ones because of where they are. That's fine. Hey, so you're ready. Send you over here, see if we can get all 3 of these worlds in. That would be really helpful if we could. Let's see. You are... Yeah, we can make you a an economic star base with the final one we get out, actually. That would be pretty good use of resources, I reckon. Extreme colonization is almost done. Fantastic. Okay, so how are things going over here? We're starting to push along, and our influence is starting to hit Cheesemonger. Okay, our influence is just missing Cheesemonger. That's a shame. However, it takes time to push our culture. It does, and that's fine. Let's see, ideology-wise. Pragmatic. Or is it benevolent that gives me a cultural boost? That's not culture. That's morale. Influence. Yeah, I'd have to go down the benevolent route to really push on the culture. Possibly should have done that to start with, but these constructors aren't going to be really useful. Okay. Yep, well, we've got a few more worlds to come. We've got nothing. So it's only going to be 1 more upgrade we get in all likelihood. Okay, that's fine. We can work with that. I might go down benevolent after this then, actually. Let's see. Prominence, a missionary centre could be useful, and you know, it does some ideology points, which will move me down towards influence growth. So yeah, you know what? The next couple of ones I'm going to do are going to be benevolent. I reckon they're going to be very, very beneficial for me. And I think I want these 2 worlds in reality rather than over here. Yes, at the moment I'm only getting 1 world. Let's see, economic ring, and I'm going to want factory over there. Excellent. But once we colonize this world, which we can do now, excellent, it's going to be even more useful. Brilliant, so you're in position. Starbase time. We'll have a culture ring and a cultural forum to push our culture, well, push our culture forward. Altarian colonists are far braver and more resilient than many of our galactic peers, and readily accept the challenge of colonizing difficult worlds. Fantastic. Okay. So, what do I want? Better research, better production. Better influence could actually be really good. Let's see, cultural centres. Interstellar governance could be good. Bureau of Labour, which gives us boost to everything. And gives us a bonus production automatically. Diplomacy even more. Oh no, diplomacy's already been done. Let's see, free trade, cultural treaty. You know what, let's get out a cultural treaty. And then go back to production after this. You know, at the moment people like us enough that war is not really on the cards. Which I like. Okay, galactic peace. Yes, let us have galactic peace. Really? Everyone else saying no? Okay. Well, I tried. Oh! Our survey teams have noticed a strange subspace wave. It's been opening space-time rifts that are dropping extremely valuable artifact anomalies across the galaxy. Well, we should allow our ships to continue their research and keep us informed. We want those benevolent points after all. And we have survey ships out there getting stuff for us, so that's good. How's the culture over here doing? Wow, we are not pushing back much at all. This one's doing okay. But it's not going to be enough. Okay, well, it's a start. That's the best that can be said for it. It is a start. And with cultural treaties, well, it's a good start. The light spreader. Not good enough, but we have another construction ship coming. Okay, now. What could I do? What could I do with this one? Actually, if we go to Sol, that'll be quite a useful one. Zero-G construction, I think. Or zero-G scaling. It's a bit more construction over in Sol. Which, at the moment, still got a lot to build. You know what, let's rush by the Mega Factory just to get us even more production. That's always useful. And 500 towards the treasury. Oh, that is fantastic. What an artifact. Excellent. Where's my survey ship? I know I've got a survey ship around here somewhere. Ah, there it is. I want to go to the artifact. Find out what that is. And more trade. Excellent. I like this. Let's see. Sol 1. Common trade routes. Destination Sol 1, Sol 2. Ah, a couple of people going to Planet Bob. Taurians. The Taurians are trading a lot with me. Okay. That is definitely not the end of the world. One could argue that's actually quite a good thing. Okay, so I think actually my second, my final constructor has already been used. Okay, I've got that one wrong. Do you want open borders? And you would like to give us money? You know, open borders for 50 turns. Yeah, I'll accept that. Okay, and we have another colony ship about to turn up. Fantastic. In fact, actually, let's queue up another one. Because there's 3 worlds to colonize, and I've only got 2 of these on the... Well, 3 of these... No, sorry, it was 2 of these on the way. Of course, now I've got enough. And I think first things first, I want Cheesemonger 2. I want to push out my influence. Cultural treaty is done. A cultural treaty will make it easier for thoughts and ideas to cross borders, which will shine the light of Altair on the less fortunate neighbours. Fantastic. Well, let's take this moment to get some more production, then research. Then we can go down for the farms. Not really using the hospital, so maybe not those yet. And possibly go for more colony. Or at that stage, I may need to start getting some warships. But that is going to come. We've got the shipyards coming. Aha! Excellent. See, you're Fremont. Must remind myself where Fremont is. Fremont. So where's Bob? Where's Bob? I know Bob's one of our worlds. Bob's over here, so no, that's not a good one. Let's see, you're getting from... Wow, okay. Not particularly good ones. Oh, Wow, okay. Let's see. Distance. Okay, you know what? Let's start. Okay, one big thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to redo all of the sponsors. Get only the close ones for each area to maximize what we can do. So, 3. Soul 2, obviously very close. As is Kung Fu and Karate. So those are the ones I'm going to take for Soul 1. And it's only increased our build time by a little. Next, over here. Obviously, we've got Fremont. We're not going to... have got Tempest. I think I will keep that one. Then Turian and Kithkaron. And the rest will be fine out in the distance for the final one. So, let's see. Medium-sized laser ship. Excellent. I think I will build up a fleet of these. Get those ready to go. So we've got a couple of shipyards now in the works, which is fantastic. And a final shipyard over at Tempest, which is going to change things anyway. But that's fine. 3 shipyards. That is going to be useful. Oh. A major civilization. We were ancient when the universe was new, but are now only a dim shadow of what we once were. The galaxy seems endless. Hopefully we can coexist. Yeah, except I'm going to be pushing my culture really hard to try and take over from you guys, so, you know. That's unfortunate, you know. Sucks to be you. Actually, yeah, our culture is starting to expand really nicely over here. Let's see. Cheesemonger 2 is starting to be encircled by our culture. So yes, Cheesemonger 2. That's Cheesemonger 2, that's Cheesemonger 2. They've got the same name, that's confusing. I will call it Cheesemonger 1 when I take it. But yeah, this is now surrounded by us, so we've got good culture over there. Our colony ship is nicely on the way. Ooh, another artifact. Very nice. Yeah, things are coming along very nicely. We have an artifact. Upon being sent to your nearest colony for study, this strange precursor artifact releases thousands of tiny workers, and I can't see the rest of it now. Okay, and I'm going to want Tempest. And let's see. No, leave that as is. Because I've done enough harm to this shipyard as it is. No point me taking away Kithcombe, it's the last decent one. So this is now a slower build shipyard, which is fine. You know, I'll be getting this world in it eventually, so that's not a problem. Oh, hello. What are you're doing in my territory? Oh, wow. Yeah, we've got to do stuff to make you happy with us. Like, not be so weak compared to you, I think. Yeah, that's a concern. Let's see, point of light, not as much damage, but we can get more of these done. Get 5 queued up. We may need to focus on building warships, actually. Okay, let's see, what have you guys got? Lasers. Okay. See, what have we got over here? Artifact. Let's go get the artifact. Okay, so the Yor are coming into our territory. That looks like that is going to be the first war. That's unfortunate because I didn't want any wars, but... Okay, let's go grab that Class 11 world. That Class 9 is, you know, on a par to be ours. Oh, a mysterious shore floating in space serves our ships, and we get precision construction. Excellent. Oh, despite our prestigious strength compared to the Altarian Resistance, we find you do have knowledge that we still lack. Give us the information about extreme colonization. No! We're not going to be pushed around. You're not getting extreme colonization. End of story. No. Naughty. That's ours. We're not giving you the ability to colonize more worlds. Precision manufacturing. Adapting our most precise manufacturing processes to the range of environments they now have to be installed in was surprisingly challenging. But now Altarians can enjoy the safety and most advanced manufacturing facilities anywhere in our civilization. Fantastic, and I think we are going to need defense systems. Something tells me that you are going to attack me. And I don't like that. They thankfully have kinetic defense only. Okay. So we can do damage to them. They're not defending against us, so let's try and defend against them. See how well that goes. You know, going to war for us is always a bit tricky. It's a tactic that never seems to suit me very well. Oh well, that's already done. We can't ignore the risk Altarians will face in space from aggressive neighbours. We must begin developing defence systems to protect our ships as soon as possible. Agreed. And I think I'm going to reduce shield costs. Only 3 turns, and I get the feeling it'll be very useful against the yaw. So Mark 2 piercing breezes are already ready. I will let those come later actually. At the moment I need to get the ships out to do damage. And their fleets are, let's see, they're small ships with 6 damage, so they do less damage than ours. And we have Zelos. Excellent. And we've had work towards shield specialization. Colonizing event. A sudden increase in storm activity on this planet has dramatically increased the weathering on the seals of your colony buildings. A new generation of self-healing seals will help minimize the damage, but replacing them all could be pretty expensive. What are your orders? Well, our colonies won't be made to suffer for our cheapness. Install the new seals, whatever the cost, which will give us the benevolence, which will help grow our, which I can then use to help pay to grow our culture faster, which is really useful. Or let's begin installing the new seals on an attrition basis as the old ones break down. That should keep everyone safe enough, even if it does make us look cheap. There'll be a reduction in approval, but only a small reduction in manufacturing. Or we can't afford that, and if we could, we don't want to coddle these people. They'll never develop a tolerance for poison that way. See, for me, this one will make the most sense, but I really don't want more benevolence at this point. I want the border growth. So I'm going to go for the benevolent route. Now let's see what we have here. Tourism and influence, not so useful. Population. Okay, so we could do factories here. Population growth here with a bit of soil engineering to make this a really big world for our people. Then lots of research. A bit of soil engineering. And some market research. So this world will be quite a good world for us. For science at least, and for people. We'll have lots of people living there, which will help us in the, in the wider universe. Ooh, and we're down to only 52 billion galactic credits a turn. That's actually low by modern standards. That's really good to see. The Kung Fu, why are you unhappy? Oh, however, I've got a nice gap there. Let's see. Grantium Data Archive. No use to me yet. I'll have to do some research into more research stuff, bizarrely, to get this going better. More artifacts. Let's get all of the artifacts. All of them. We want all the artifacts. Okay, so our influence is not growing particularly strongly over with the yaw. We're going up against a heavy influence growth planet. Yeah. Okay, but shield specialization. Shield systems are difficult and expensive to work with. We've made some progress at making them a bit cheaper to build, but more research will be necessary to get the most out of them. Okay. Well, speaking of more research, let's have a coordination center so that we can get more research. Okay, so this is going fairly well. Cheesemonger 1. Colonizing event is mutation. Despite the equipment and protocols set up to protect against the massive radiation on this planet, mutations are a fact of life for those who live here. The worst and most threatening mutations are dealt with surgically, but cosmetic disfigurements are often left as is, and the colonists simply learn to live with them. But the sight of these mutations are pretty upsetting for anyone who visits from off-world, and trade is beginning to suffer. What are your orders? Well, we could leave the colonists be. The rest of our civilization will simply have to learn to deal with it. Give us a nice benevolent boost, which is what we need, so what we're going to do, to be honest. An approval boost, but with reduced trade. So I just make this a non-trade world. Or begin encouraging the colonists to be more discreet in their dress and demeanour when dealing with people from off-world. This won't make anyone happy, but at least it will minimise the downsides. You give us a minus local 5% to local approval, which isn't bad actually. Or, this is disgusting, and those freaks will learn how to get along with the civilized world. Ban anyone with visible mutations from having an off-world facing role. Begin encouraging the development of a hood and cloak economic sector. This will grow our economy, which will be really useful. But hurt approval. And I want benevolence, so we're going for the benevolent route. So let's see. Ultra Spice Wealth. Okay, very nice. Population and approval. Influence. Okay, I think influence is going to be vital over here. So get a bit of production in place. Then Xenofarm. Oh, not Xenofarm, Zayfard. Not Xenofarms. You want approval boost. You want the cultural boost here. Consulates, in fact. We'll rush by one of those. And not only that, let's see. Embassy, influence and wealth. Can't really do anything over there. That's a shame. Okay. Finances. More finances. And you know what? We'll get a Xeno farm up here. This is really going to be a financial and cultural world. Oh wow, okay, we've that's not good, we're still within their culture. Okay, we are going to have to push hard over there. However, we can now do prominence, which will be really useful. And start saving up for this one, to start getting some planets and star bases. Start getting, actually, yeah, build this one up. This is the plan. Build up towards this, gives us a one shot of everything within our influence become ours. So, we now have the missionary center. Fantastic, let's see what that actually does. Missionary center. Boost a planet's influence, generates one benevolent point every 5 turns. It's colony unique, so I can have one there. Okay, and you know what? Let's move the missionary center up a bit. Just after basic factory. Or I can just rush by it. That seems like a good plan to me. In fact, as it will give us benevolent points... Actually, before I do that, shipyard. At its sponsor, we have a new world nearby. We'll take Cheesemonger. And you... Let's see, who have you got that's free and nearby? Zelos. Yep, you can take Zelos. So, we've increased our production values. So where were we? Ah, yes. Seeing where we can add a missionary. Not a missionary. Yes, a missionary center. Influence, approval, and tourism. Now, up there, I wanted a colonial hospital. And there would make sense. Let's rush by that. Yeah, getting missionaries can be useful. Aha! Now, missionary center there will be really good. Get some real pushing out in our culture. Let's see, what can we get here? You know what, let's just get people on this world. That's about all it's going to be useful for. Get adaptive farming. But keep, put more farms in place. The world's not really much use for anything. Their loss. No. Not going to space in the missionary centre there yet. Okay, and that's all of them for now. Excellent. Let's see. Aha! No, not yet. We're still struggling to push our borders. Yep, the Thalian contingency just have us beat. Oh dear. Yeah, and that's not actually improving. Okay, let's rush by a factory, help things get produced much more quickly. And yeah, how much is it going to cost to get us a deep root? Okay, another one of those to come, because I am going to have to push extra. Brilliant, we've got our first ship made. This should hopefully start to boost up our military prowess. Let's see, military, we're still one of the weakest. They were ripe for conquest. Let's see. We're not at war with anyone, that's good. So most people are happy with this actually. It's the Thalians and the Yor are saying we're ripe for conquest. Thankfully the Thalians like us enough that we're getting away with it. For now. However, I'm afraid we're actually now out of time for today's episode. So I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a really useful episode. It's a little bit on the slow side, but we've got 2 new worlds. One out in the Thalian contingencies territory, and we're not in rebellion yet, but it is definitely being pushed. So we're going to have to get another ship. We're going to have to rush by a deep route as soon as possible. In fact, I think we have to focus on producing one of those after the first piercing breeze, so I can push our culture even further back. The Yor are definitely showing signs of attacking. However, we have got a lot of military vessels in production. In fact, we've got our first military vessel already complete. So it's got more. Actually, it's got more firepower than the Yor, which is really good to see. Although obviously we do have less hit points. So on our next episode, I'm going to continue to grow our civilization, but also start to grow our military, so I can go and threaten the Yor and just make a point of, you don't want to attack me. And as well as start to push our culture further. Now, ideology-wise, I need another 35 points to go and get the cultural growth, which is what I really need at this point. But I've got a world I can colonize here, and actually another one over here. Now that might annoy the Thalians a little bit, but they are definitely a good way to get the extra cultural growth. And thankfully I'm already getting some influence over here, which is really useful. Let's say that, but that's for the next episode. I do hope you've enjoyed today's, and if you have, please leave a like, comments, shares, all that stuff really helps. It helps the channel grow, but it also tells me that this is a series you enjoy watching and want to see more of. So, until next episode, farewell.